Haunted Hearing Aid. Recorded live by Luigi C. Russo, Chief Poet Officer of PoetLuigi.com. He will also comment on various entertainments recently consumed. And now, let us hear. But for the instant moment, there is a calm, beware. Flashbacks of a time lost, running through woods, seeking solace from danger, but realizing the danger is self-made. The run, the race, the pace is a frolic through a jungle of time. Heated waves push forth the smells of the surroundings. Faster, faster, run, 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 leap, and dive into waters. Cool, soothing, caressing. The titan, sweated, muscles splash up into a sunlight. So young is the light that it fills an entire sky. Barely blue, the youth in the waters. Now naked, now aroused, now smelling a wonderful scent, a scent never seen, a scent never heard, but tasted, now tasted, in his sight, a young, lustful woman, petite and darkened by the sun, a lifetime of the sun, small, perky breast, nipples erect, dripping with small sweats. From heat, sweat slowly drips into her abs, tight, flat, sweat melting into her lower region, shifting between her clit and vagina lips, slowly dripping perfectly down her slender legs and naked toes. She smiles, grabs her wreath of honeysuckle and tosses it to the youth she has now entrapped with her dazzling beauty. He reaches for the honeysuckle in midair. VJ Pierce shatters the screen as his massive arms jerk forward. Damn, he whispers to himself. Wonders what is happening, notices he has a massive throbbing heart on, and suddenly a knock on the door. Door opens. His adoptive mother walks in. Adopted mother. Hey, hon, you okay? I heard a crash. VJ Pierce stands awkward, making sure to keep his back to her, shifting his butt back so not to expose his erection, fiddling with the broken screen. VJ Pierce. Hey, Ma, I'm good. I was daydreaming, rather night dreaming, and decided to reach out and grab something, and bam! Now the screen is along with all the stuff on my desk. I'll patch it in a bit. Adoptive mother. Huh, that's funny. Okay, have a good night. VJ Pierce begins to clean up, hoping his mother leaves without coming over to give him a kiss. She leaves, he sighs. With heart on, sidesteps his way across his room, locks the door. Feeling his heart on, pulsating, he hurries to the window, points his dick at the vacated screen window, strokes until his DNA shoots sky high, and sputters in the window. Sliming leaves, trees, and ants, and a small drop lands inside his adopted dad's boot, resting in the yard below his window. The sperm which lands upon earth, she is thankful. Warmth fills her as she moves the sperm through various tunnels, a laborious, natural, loving process. However, the sperm's life is robbed of its natural insemination process to become beautiful fertilizer for a beautiful future flower to unleash its miraculous beauty upon the eyes of the sun, the glorious soul of the sky, watching with its one eye most times. The sperm has found its all on an underground zip line to a burning hate, disastrous desires, evil intents, and glorious energy. The future unborn of VJ Pierce enters into the abdomen of a growing earthly shadow, long-haired creature. Upon entry, a new desire springs forth nakedly. The beastly creature, hair adrip with blood, sweat, rain, upper torso, muscular, massive, muddy, deadly front, growth of known male anatomy with the usual rare formations. Rise, 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 slowly, stealthily. A howl forms from its vocals. The moon space grabs two rocks and uses them to plug its ears. Life is becoming rotten around the radius of the living, newly created mass. Earth God, demon, lost soul? Is a new religion being started? Scene return. VJ Pierce's room. VJ Pierce is on his knees on his desk with his dick in his hands, relishing in the moment of the tension hold before the first squirt, relaxing, still hard, a clear drip drips onto a book on his desk. A book of love poetry he checked out from a library location titled Age's Brown Book. VJ Pierce backs away from the window off of desk. Voice. Thanks, kid. VJ Pierce is startled, confused, unsure, turns, but was able to force his partial erection in his pants, dripping more semen onto his pants. Facing the voice would bulge. VJ Pierce, God damn it. What was that? Voice. A thankfulness. Happy fucking Thanksgiving. You treasure the earth with your pleasure. Ah, yes, youth will be on my side. VJ Pierce. I won't be going for a ride. I ain't no butt pirate. Ain't gonna give you no pleasure. Wait, what the hell? What am I talking to? He looked, listening, from which the voice stemmed. As he peered of recollection as to where the voice began and ended, really is no one area of the room. Rather, the noise is always realized from the good side, the good ear, his left. Search it. Voice. Hey, steroid freak, relax. Just listen. I'm going to need you. We are going to be the best of both goddamn worlds. VJ Pierce. Ah, there you are. The mirror. VJ Pierce gets the mirror, a small handheld one, off a shelf on the wall. A mirror used to check yellowness of teeth, of chunks of meat, of facial hair, evenness. He places mirror to his aid. Voice. Congratulations. Drop, crunch, sweep, garbage, out of room. That concludes today's reading of Haunted Hearing Aid. Evil is here. Hearing it on, hearing it off. We got Roadhouse, 2024 version. That was a fun action movie, the goofiness of MMA fighter Connor, whatever his name is. He's just goofy the way he walks and dresses and talks. It's just good fun. Even Post Malone was in there, hearing it on. The Punisher, one last kill. Man, that was awesome. Just brutalness. Just the way he's stabbing that one big beefy dude with the pen. Pure anger, hearing it on. Guilty. Surprise ending, but it looks like, about a third way through, you realize, he could be making a mistake. And the girl, the mother with the mental illness, and the baby, that was sad, but, what are you going to do? Twists and turns. Kind of liked it, then I didn't like it, and then I was like, you know what? It was okay. I give it a hearing aid on. CD, a music album, Hellstorm. Was it Hailstorm? Yeah, Everlast. It's more like a woman yelling, singing. Didn't like it. Hearing aid didn't like it. Hearing aid off. Guns N' Roses, greatest hits. Welcome to the Jungle. Even had Live and Let Die, and Sympathy for the Devil, and The Sweet Child of Mine. It was greatest hits, so I had other hits. I liked it. Hearing it on. Hatebreed, Weights of the False Self. I'd rather listen to the false self of me than this album. Hearing it off. Heart. Dog and Butterfly. And there was the vocals of female singers that sounded good to my hearing aid. Hearing aid on. Hammerfall, Avenge the Fallen. Avenge my aid. Oh, jeez. Hearing it off. The Kid Detective. A dark, somewhat funny movie, and the ending was sad. That stuff happens, though. It just happens. But I didn't like how it ended. Hearing it off. Untold UK Vinnie Jones. I knew he played soccer, but I didn't really know he did that much soccer and was pretty decent. And, see him in all the movies. It's cool that he went from one career to the next. Good story. Hearing it on. Hard to Find Jukebox Classics, Volume 6, Fabulous 50s. Hearing it on. Hard to Find Jukebox Classics, Volume 5. 1955 to 64. I think it was pop for that year. And good. Hearing it on. Hard to Find Jukebox Classics, Volume 4. Early 60s pop. Hearing it on. All those got hearing aids on because it was a compilation and it was good songs I heard on the radio when they used to play oldies, songs I heard on my mom's record player when we throw on this big LPs, stuff I'm familiar with. Rewatch Young Guns, just 80s. Good Western fun. Can't beat the gang getting together, Misfits and Avenging. And Billy the Kid. It's just funny and just wild and crazy and shoot 'em up. Hearing it on. The Hail Mary Project. Just watched that. It's super long, but it didn't feel super long. The visuals just wasn't overstimulating. The acting was great. The rock creature, it kind of reminded me of a spider, which is the same as Adam Sandler's space movie. I didn't like that had, a spider-looking creature, but it was just, the coming together, how they made the language work, and saved Earth, saved his planet, its planet, and the use of Rocky. That was fun. And that definitely gets a hearing aid on. That is it for today's podcast. Enjoy.